Good evening, everyone, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you're watching this from. I know it's been a very long time since we've actually released a video, and there's very good reason for that. We've been very busy out here at the Australian Motorsport Museum, mostly with Catherine. She's been studying for Year 12, which she's just finished, and myself, which I've just finished my second year of university. So we've been very busy the past couple of months, and that's got along with all the mumbo jumbo that COVID-19 was. It's been absolutely nuts, but rest assured we do have a lot of content for you to catch up on, and we have done a lot of stuff over the time that we have missed you, and we've been dying to get back into it and dying to get back to release videos. So here we are, and this is going to be the one that'll start us off for the new summer season of 2021 to 2022. So I hope you enjoy, and we've got heap more videos to come.
Hi guys, welcome to Australian Motorsport Museum. It's Rose, back with Adventures of Insane, and I barely just made it home because this is what's happening. So, this is my car, handbrake down, we're in drive, and we are not moving anywhere. We can't move. We need to install another transmission in Insane. So let's do that.
So we got about a third of the way through to the shed, and the car just shit itself, so it doesn't even drive anymore. Even in drive, park, bloody reverse, you get no spin at all of the wheels. So we're gonna have to push it up into the shed, over that step, which is not fun to get over on rocks.
So she's up on the hoist and we're ready to install this. So this is the second transmission we've got, just the same stock one with the new torque converter as well. So I'm gonna get straight into it with William and Dad. They're helping, and it should be a fun day.
And as you're trying to get it in the back, take it from this side, that one. Shove the socket in here.
There's a socket in there.
Someone lost their little socket. That would have been rattling around there the whole time.
Oh my god. So this is the old gearbox. Just got to take this off with the exhaust and starter motor so we can chuck this new one in, which may or may not be shit still, but who knows.
Okay, so we got the green Commie up on the hoist. Rose is about to start stripping. Get a second gearbox in its second month.
Oh my god, no, you're gonna go.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to take the oxygen sensor off. Don't strip it, wreck it, whatever you do, otherwise you're in trouble, mate. What do you reckon? I thought you were supposed to be doing this job.
They're too hard, I'm not that strong. Look, William's struggling.
Don't strip it, don't strip it.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. He expected us to do it. Oh, here we go. Bringing out a hammer. That's cheating.
There's always a way of doing it, mate. Just gotta know which tools to use for what. Okay, that's the first job I had to help you with. Yeah, me. Now let's see what job you got to do next. What's the matter, Mr. Drifter?
Nothing. Have fun with that.
Don't strip whatever you do. Otherwise we're in big trouble. Don't strip. Make sure you're on fully. Make sure I don't think you're on fully. Okay. Don't hit your knuckles. It's gonna, let's go. It's going to hit your knuckles. What's going on? I thought you said this is going to be easy.
Not when you do these up with a rattle gun.
You got them loose now. How'd you get them loose?
It's a massive breaker bar.
What's the lesson you learnt?
Don't use too much force.
Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, this is fun.
This is fun.
This is fun.
Let's see if you get as many followers
As I do in the last video,
on the last one.
hopefully.
Must be something about girls working on cars.
Must be something about breaking down Commodores.
Everybody looks to fix Commodore, so they keep breaking down all the time. Make sure this doesn't fall on your head. Is that right, Demo?
Yep.
Everybody looks to see how to fix a Commodore because they always break down.
Yep.
I'm a Ford man.
Only the alloy
You're a
changes.
Ford man or a Superman?
Barrow of the world, I say.
Barrow of the world. Are you got a Barrow?
No, only,
Do you know what Barrow is?
yes, it's a Ford motor.
It's a lot more powerful than a Holden.
Sometimes.
If you want to go fast.
Sometimes. Depends on what Holden.
Ford will still beat it.
Well,
It stays on, you've got to...
we've successfully stuffed something up. In there is the starter motor and the left-hand side cat, which is stuck on there now.
Whatever.
But that's all right because we're gonna get the other side off, which is what we're doing now. Once we get that cat off and the starter motor, we can take off
Can you
the
get the spanner from underneath?
torque converter, and then we should be good to go. Cat off. That's the gearbox. And the torque converter. Tail shafts off. Got all the sensors out. We move. Very dirty.
Which one? High water.
I don't know. These are the oil lines. Nice chunky oil come out.
Don't let it go yet. No.
I'm not careful. We don't have to lift it up there, I think, and readjust the wood.
Well, it's got to come towards you. Just roll it towards you. Okay. Now, Rose, me and William are going to lift it,
Yeah.
and you adjust it with you. Ready?
Yeah.
Set. Go.
Go down. Oh,
No, it's slipping again, slipping. No, it's on the wrong spot. Ready?
Go again.
Yes, I know.
Try now.
Don't worry about it. What we're going to do? John, put that down. Come over and help. No, stay where you live. Stay where you live. Go back where you live.
Yeah.
Come around this side, John.
I'll go back down.
Quick.
Yeah. Slipping.
Well, grab where William is.
Yeah.
Right, and we're going to put
No,
it on the
my-
floor where your
my-
foot is. Put it where your foot is. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
Is this a transmission?
Can you get petrol, John? You have some petrol?
I didn't go the best.
Really good.
Gearbox is out.
Once we got it up.
Looking pretty clean so far. This is the old gearbox. Right, here's. I think that broke off. New gearbox. And then come in and explain what's happening right now and what we're doing.
So as you can see, we are trying to lift the gearbox up because these are pretty heavy things. And what we're doing is we're just going to chuck the gearbox onto one of the gearbox jacks that we have. And we need to use a couple of wooden blocks, you see the bottom left there, to get an bit of extra height and a bit of extra stability underneath the car, because the actual gearbox doesn't go high enough when we're underneath the hoist. So we are a little bit cramped and we have to lean over a bit, but that helps us make sure everything's lined up properly. And it's very important that we do line up all the bolts correctly when we're doing this, because it is a very specific and tedious thing that we need to do, because the whole engine has to kind of tilt towards where Phil is right now, and that's why you need to make sure all the bolts are in the same positions. And once the bolts are in the positions, as you see now, we've set up and just doing the bolts finger tight for the moment, because we need to make sure that we do all the bolts kind of at the same tightness, because we don't want any differences in the tightness across the whole gearbox, because then it'll create an uneven fit, and that's not very good, and you could strip threads and you could destroy kind of the whole work that you're doing there. So we're just making sure and going double, triple checking all the bolts that we've put in, and now we're going to go through and properly tighten everything, make sure that they're all tight, because obviously you don't want your gearbox falling out when you're driving the car. So we continue to do this, and then once we've gone and tightened all the bolts, what we then need to do is tighten the bolts for the torque converter. And now the torque converter we have to put on the gearbox before we actually put it into the car. And it's a really weird thing that the Holdens do, because you have to. The only way to get to the torque converter bolts are through the front of the engine block. Well, the bottom of the engine, but to the front of the gearbox. And there's only a little hole where you can get it through, so you have to rotate the entire engine with whatever you can, but from the front where the timing belt is, rotate the entire engine to go and find those bolts on the torque converter and then tighten them through there. So it's a bit of a painful and tedious process, but it does work out in the end. And now you can see Rose here putting that cross member back on. That's very important, because that pretty much holds the whole gearbox up and make sure is the only thing that holds it from falling on the floor. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire process we've done there.
Now what's happening now?
We have to fill up the whole transmission with a syringe.
Looks like fun.
Slow fun. It's just repetitive.
Is this going to teach you not to blow up the gearbox again? Probably not.
Probably not. This one should last for a while though, so.
No burnouts?
Nah, not today.
Not today?
Not tomorrow either.
You can do it. It just costs you money, that's all.
Just
Or build a proper car they can do it with.
all of that.
We're up to the last bit of the day. Has it been a long day?
Yeah,
Tired?
not really. Gotta go to a car meet after this.
And do what? Burnouts and break it again?
Nah, maybe not today. Today it can just look pretty.
So what are you doing now? Just topping it up?
Topping up the last bit of transmission oil.
Fluid?
Fluid. Can't believe I've done 4 litres with a little syringe.
That's what happens when you haven't got a proper pump. Well, you've done it. You getting sore shoulders?
Nah, my fingers are sore though.
Have a look at those bloody fingers. What the hell's that on your stupid bloody fingers? Is that one nail I see missing?
Yeah, that's from today.
Did you break it? You broke a nail today.
Yep. Broken nail today.
As soon as you're off, coming to do work on a car with nails like that. Jesus Christ. So what's your last thoughts?
Don't do burnouts.
Don't do burnouts?
Don't do burnouts.
Don't do burnouts.
Don't do burnouts.
End of the day, Insane's off the hoist. Rose is giving it a quick clean before she takes her home. All done.